pupils. Might be morning, it might be noon or evening. Good day, pupils. Welcome back to our English class. We started some time ago, and this is a continuation of our class. This morning, what do I have for you? I want us to talk about nouns in numbers. When I say nouns in numbers, it is not something big. It is something you already know and something you are used to. It's just a term in English language. Noun in numbers. When I say nouns in numbers, what do I mean? I'm talking about how you write words when you're talking about the numbers. If it is one, how do you write it? And when it is more than one, how do you write it? That is what we'll be looking at this morning. And how to form them. So when a particular noun is one, then it is singular. It is singular. You all know that. And I told you that this is just a recap of what you've done before. And when it is more than one, it means what? Plural. Good. It means plural. So when you want to form the plural of words in English language, what do you do and how do you do it? The first and the most general acceptable way of doing that is by adding s. However, not all words in English language will allow you to add s to it to form the plural. For example, if I have words like man, to form the plural of man, if you are saying you should add s, is it mans? No. So we are going to learn those methods that we can use to form our plural in English language. We are going to learn them one after the other. So I have them here already. The first one I told you is by adding s. For example, boy, boys, girl, girls, table, tables, and chair, chairs. The next method is by changing, when a particular word ends with y, then we change the y to ies. Baby, then you have babies. I know you have example. What about lady? You remove the y and you change it to ladies. In your common entrance examination, it's not as if they're going to list them, but they can ask you, 2 dash went to the party. 2 dash went to the party. They write LADYS. LADYIES. LADIES. And they can now write LADY. What will you choose as the answer? LADIES. That is why we are learning this, doing a revision of this. The third one is when a word ends with F or FE. You change the F to VES, like we have it in the example. Half. You remove the F and you replace it with VES. The next method, you change the vowel. Changing the vowel in the word. Man, you change the RA to F. And woman, you change the RA to F. So that is another method. Another one is changing US to I. Example, stimulus. You change your stimulus to stimuli. What are we changing? We are changing the US and we are replacing it with I. So we have stimulus, we have stimuli. We have syllables, then you can now have syllable. So, and the next one we'll be looking at is adding REN or EN to a particular word. Child, you can add REN to form the plural, that is children. And for ox, you can add EN to form the plural, that is oxen. The next one, UN, by changing UN to A, that is, wherever you see UN, you just replace it with A. So look at this, datum. You'll see the plural, you remove the UN and you replace it with A, that is data. And forum, we have fora. So the plural of a forum is fora. The next one, changing IS to ES. Remember I told you that all these things would not come out this way. It's not as if they are going to ask you, but they will put out some words to you and they would want you to know. They want to test your knowledge about your numbers in now. That's why we're doing a revision of this. Add this by changing IS to ES. Changing IS to ES. We have the example here. Axis, you have axis. And basis, you have basis. The next one, changing A to AE. That is, some words that ends with A, you're changing them to AE or adding E to those words. Well, however, when you are doing this, some of the words don't take AE. That means you don't need to add AE to, you just need to add S to those words to actually form the plural. Next, changing EX to IX. Index, for example, in mathematics, is an index. Remember when the coronavirus happened, and the first one that came from Italy, what did they say? They said the index case. Index case of the coronavirus. I know so many of you remember that now. So the plural, index is actually singular. So the plural of it will be indices, because we are changing our EX to EX and IX, we are changing it to ICEX. That is what I'm saying is if any word ends with EX or it ends with IX, you're going to remove EX or IX and replace it with ICEX. So index, you have indices, and metrics, it ends with IX, so we're changing it to ICEX. The next one, some nouns have two forms. Which is the last one. Some nouns have two forms of plural. That means you don't use one, we use two. Look, for example, person. For you to form the plural of person, is either you use person or you use people. Either ways you use it is correct. Brother, you can have brothers or brethren. So many of you that are Christians, you're watching me, you're a Christian, you know the Bible talks so many times about brethren. Anytime the Bible is talking about brethren, is it talking about one person? No. The Bible is actually talking about two. So it's a plural to brother. So either you have brothers or you have brethren as the plural form. Genius. So two forms in the plural. Either you have geniuses or you have genie. So now let me remind you once again. How many of you watched Sophia the First very well? You remember when Sophia moves with the magic man? I can't remember. I watched it with my son. So then he used to shout about the genie rule. It's actually talking about a genius, someone that is very good, high, 100% IQ. So the plural of genius is either it is geniuses or genie. Either way, either forms you use, it is correct. Penny, so either we have pennies or we have penny. The reason why I'm writing penny here, I didn't write it under the first one when I told you to change Y. So for you to form the plural of penny, you can either change the Y to IEX like this, or you change it to EE. That is English for you. It is a rule in English language, so we can't question it. You know, English is never a language. So we are just following their rule, all their given rules. Fish. Fish can either be fish or fishes. Well, now let me correct you. The fish can only be in plural when we have different types of fish in there. What I mean is, when they are referring, maybe we have tilapia, mackerel, then you can now talk about fishes. But if everything, okay, for example, you went somewhere and there is a pond and we have catfish there, just catfish. No matter the number of the catfish, it is still fish. That is why you can see it here. Fish, the plural is still fish. But inside the pond, if you have catfish, you have tilapia, you have mackerel, and maybe any other form, then you can now use fishes. So that is the two form. You have to be very careful about that. And swine, it can either be swine or it can be swine. So those are the different. You have to study these rules and make sure you are versed with it. Make sure you know them very well, because you can't say where your questions will be coming from. And after this class, you'll be attempting I'm going to go through the MNCC, the combinations, bring out the ones that relate to this, and put it together. I want to test how far you understand this class. So before then, I will give you a classwork now to actually test what you have done. You need to listen to this video over again. If possible, write out those examples, changing EF to IES. Write out just the examples and get familiar with it. So now I'm giving you the classwork, which I expect you to do and submit so that I can actually know that you understand, or I know where exactly you need help. Yes, so this is our classwork now. This is what I expect you to do. These are from all the rules that we've learned, and you'll be supplying the plural of all these nouns. And after this, I will send a link that we will use to answer the objective question that will look like the NCC question, the common entrance question. Remember, I told you I would get some questions. So when I look into the book, I'm going to send the link to those questions there. But before then, do this. After doing this and I can see your performance, then I will drop you the link that will take you there. So you know exactly what to look for when you see the common entrance exam. You know what they're expecting from you and what you are supposed to do. So, till our next class when we'll be continuing. My next class we should be moving to tenses and other forms like maybe antonym and synonym. I would like us to do something about antonym and synonym before we move to revision of tenses. So, till next time we will be meeting, I still remain your English teacher, Teacher Jumoke, and please, I will be expecting this from you. Thank you. Good day.